My name is Shirley Smith. Um, I'm working as a case manager. There's been different sections and areas of my life where it went up and down like a plateau. But I must tell you that I'm grateful. I'm truly grateful to be a part of the program, and that I still am a part of the program. If my memory is correct, my daughter was 8 months old. My daughter is now 30. So we're talking some 30 years ago. At that particular time in my life, it was extremely difficult. Mom had passed away, and my dad went 4 months after. My daughter was my only child, and I was very much dependent on my family. We were always there, but when my parents passed away, it was difficult, especially housing. How in the world am I going to house myself back then? And I have a daughter. You know, I was terrified, to be honest. But I believe it was within like 6 or 8 months, I got a letter that said, "You now have your voucher." And I went out and I looked and I found a place. I was so focused and so dedicated that I couldn't stop. And I found me a place. And from there, it just continued. It was a journey, and a journey moves forward. So although I've been on this program for quite some time, I'm not looking at it as, wow, you're on this program for a long time, aren't you going to get off? No, I'm looking at this program the way it was designed for, right? Which is the more one makes, the less the program pays. Home means safety. Home means security. Home means comfortable to me. Home means mine. Something I have. Something, whether it's not an ownership of a house with a deed, I'm talking something that's mine, where I have my key to go into my place. And again, I can't stop to keep reiterating, the program has provided that for me. When I originally participated with the program, one of my goals was to complete school for KSAC. And I did. I completed it. And to be employed, which I was. And I did that. For 6 years, I was employed as a KSAC. I always wanted to go to college, but I wasn't able to at the time. I didn't go upon high school, which I had the opportunity to, but I didn't. And then I started to have my children, so I didn't, because my children were more important at that time for me. I am now in college, and I'm not afraid to say I am 55. I'll be 56, and it was such fear. I had a lot of fear to return back because of my age. I didn't think I could do it. I had injured my leg. I was already working somewhere, and I had a very good job. It was a good job. I was working, and I tore my meniscus, which resulted in surgery. At that point, I wasn't working. Miss Pat, Cecilia Pat, again, it's going to bring tears to my eyes. When she called me, she walked with me step by step through this process, because remember, in order to be eligible, besides fulfilling the goal, you also have to be employed. I wasn't employed. Remember, I just told you I hurt my leg. I'm out of work. I had to get surgery. This wasn't going to work out. And she guided me. She guided me through this process. Not only did she helped me get into a program at the college first, which I'm in now. It's a CHW course, which is at Nassau Community College. But I'm also continuing when I graduate in March, so I could keep going for community services. The program is great, and I got to tell you, what really kept me going is her dedication, her passion. She called me. Most people are not calling people. She will call me, and the first thing that will come out her mouth is, "How are you feeling today?" And you don't know how much that may do to someone when you don't know where they're at. And at that point in my life, it was kind of low. What would you tell another participant? You know, it's like, you know, in life, you get what you put into it, period. Could you have just mediocre things? Yes. Or could you have the world? Yes. Why couldn't I have the world just as much as anybody else? Why can't I dream just as much as anybody else can dream? Right? Why can't I reach a goal as much as anybody else can reach a goal? I just might be in a position where I might need some help. So if the help is there, that's what it's designed for. It's designed to help the community, right? And people in the community to get back on their feet, to become productive citizens, right? Hopefully pass this on to their children so that we don't have a vicious cycle. You know, we can break the cycle by passing these messages and showing your children the passion that you have towards it so that they too can be productive members of society. Just because you come from a broken community doesn't mean you have to be broken. It just means you're in that broken community. Doesn't mean you can't get out of it. Whatever you put into something is what you're going to get out of it. But now here comes the hit. If you don't know how to do something, then you need to ask. I'm extremely humble because of the things that I've went through. I'm very much humble to ask, show me. That's why I knew about this program. I would open my mouth. Hey, what's going on with this? Do you guys offer anything? The program is there to help people get on their feet. So it's not just one program. It's going to be several programs. Through this process, I probably couldn't have achieved the goals or the success that I have achieved at this point if it wasn't for the program. Because if I wasn't on it, I wouldn't be able to do, one, I wouldn't be able to afford rent or anything. In that matter, it would have been such a struggle to do that and try to, you know, achieve my other goals as well. So I'm truly grateful for that. And I just want to say that CDLI FSS rocks.